What's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK. Today, I want to talk about ranking the NBA Western Conference teams and obviously specifically where certain teams rank and basically tell you who I think is the best team in the West and how this is going to go looking forward. All right. It's your boy TGK. Enough of the fluff. Let's get straight to the stuff. So, again, ranking the best Western Conference teams before we even get to the season currently constructed. These are my thoughts on the teams that are the best in the West. So, number one is pretty easy, ladies and gentlemen. You see how I do these videos? I get straight to the stuff. We don't even fluff this stuff up, man. We get straight to it. Number one, best team in the West is your reigning champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder, OKC. I got them as the top dogs right now until they are defeated and dethroned. They are still going to be the number one team. It looks like they added Thomas Schorber and Dylan Jones didn't make the cut for this season, but didn't sound like they needed any of those guys anyway. They're going to be a good team regardless. They just have done a masterful job building that roster, and we'll see how the aprons allow them to keep that team. I think that's where the aprons are a little bit of a disadvantage for teams that actually do try to freaking build the right way. That's where it's going to impact the Thunder. But, certain people don't give a damn about the Thunder. My second best team, this was a tough one. It was between two teams, and I just went with the better player in this situation, and that is the Denver Nuggets. They had a masterful offseason. I don't care what anybody say. They had a masterful offseason, bro. Let's keep it real. They added Cam Johnson out of that Michael Porter trade. They added Tim Hardaway Jr. Come on now. If all I got to do is set up Tim Hardaway Jr. to hit wide open shots, he's going to be hot and he's going to be cold, but that was a great pickup. They picked up Bruce Brown and Jonas Valanciunas. Like, what they added over there, those are every single type of piece that Nikola Jokic needs on his team. They got rid of Michael Porter Jr., Dario Saric, Russell Westbrook, and DeAndre Jordan. They're not missing anything out of those guys. Cam Johnson is an improvement over Michael Porter Jr. due to the hot and coldness, but also Michael Porter's making a lot of money. Tim Hardaway Jr., you got a better shooter. Like, I think he was in the 60s. When shooting the three-point shot wide open. Like, that's amazing. Bruce Brown, we know what he could do. And Jonas Valanciunas, even though he wanted to go back to Europe, he's still on the team. He's still going to play. And so that was my second best team in the West. I would have graphics for y'all, but we don't need graphics. We don't need on any of that crap. Third best team on my list, I got the Houston Rockets. Ladies and gentlemen, if I had a Rocket sound effect, I'd play it. But I don't got it. Maybe I got this one taken off, right? But Kevin Durant, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Clint Capella were the additions to the Rockets this season. Obviously, they dealt Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and got rid of Jake Landale. That's how you know I don't know who the hell that is. But I felt with what the Rockets added, they added a guy that could help close games. They added another defender, Dorian Finney-Smith, and they added a really good backup center. The Rockets are going to be really nice, man. They really, really are. They are set up to, I think they're going to be a top 3 seed. They could be between 1 and 3, to be completely honest. Obviously, they were the second best seed last year. They could be up there. It just depends on how well they end up playing, how well they end up meshing. And with the coach that they got over there, all the other players, and the Amen Thompson player that they got, that dude's a stud. They're shaping out to be really, really good, bro. Really good. It's kind of scary when you think of that. And I think when people wonder who's like the best team in Texas out of the 3 basketball teams, the Houston Rockets are obviously the better of the 3 by far right now. If you want to be unbiased, yes. If you want to be homeristic, and if you're from Dallas, you think that the Dallas Mavericks without Kyrie could beat the Rockets, I don't know what to tell you. My next team, this might be a bit of a controversial shock here, but I got the Los Angeles Clippers. Yes, I know. I know. Number 4 team on my list. It was going to be Minnesota, but I ended up going with the Clippers. They added Brooke Lopez, John Collins, Bradley Beal, and Yannick Niederhauser, whatever. They got rid of Norman Powell, Drew Eubanks, and Patty Mills. I think we're adding Brooks, John Collins, Bradley Beal to a James Harden, Kawhi Leonard kind of duo there and giving them more pieces and more role players that could help spread the floor, that could help facilitate, that could help get rebounds. I think the Clippers are just going to be able to, if they can stay healthy, obviously. I mean, this goes for any team. It's obviously without a doubt if they can stay healthy, they're pretty damn good, man. They're pretty damn good, man. I mean, they got Zubac over there as well. This team is nice, and I know people are like, oh, they got rid of Norman Powell. Honestly, they didn't need Norman Powell. What they needed was just and you know what I liked about this offseason is that teams were more focused on the roster construction and improving the core around their stars. And the Clippers definitely improved the core around Harden and Kawhi to be more beneficial and support them in their capabilities. And the guys that we mentioned here definitely do that. My number 15, number 5, I got the Minnesota Timberwolves. They lost Nickeil Alexander-Walker. They lost Luka Garza. They gained John Beringer and Rocco Zikarsky. Nah, bro. They ain't gonna cut it. I mean, they got Julius Randle and Naz Reid. As far as their point guard rotation, I didn't forgot his name, but he's getting older, right? Unless Anthony Edwards is going to take the throne as far as being able to run the offense a lot better, then they got a chance. But they're going to have a good defense as far as being better than the top 5 seeds in the West, the ones that are above them. I don't see it. And I'm only giving them 5 out of respect for making the Western Conference Finals last year. I'm not giving them 5 because of the roster construction. The very next team I got at 6 is the Los Lakers. They added DeAndre Ayton and Jake LaRavia. You need to look into those guys and see what they do. They also added Marcus Smart. They lost Dorian Finney-Smith. But as far as adding those 3 guys, DeAndre, Jake, and Marcus Smart, putting them with Luka Doncic, where Luka needed another center, needed another forward, needed another, wing type of player, you are adding assets to a Luka Doncic that can utilize those assets and make them even better. Obviously, you already know how Luka is. Luka has made a career out of players. Luka has gotten Dwight Powell paid, ladies and gentlemen, of all people. But I would go, depending on how DeAndre Ayton is, right? A lot of the Lakers season success this upcoming season is going to be based on DeAndre Ayton and his tenacity and how he ends up playing. If he comes out playing like his potential, Lakers could move up. But right now, because of all the variables and LeBron being old as hell, I'm going to put the Lakers at number 6. And it was tough because I wanted to put this next team above them. And I also wanted to put this team above Minnesota, and that is the San Antonio Spurs. I got them at the 7th spot. They added Dylan Harper, Luke Cornett, Carter Bryant, Kelly Olynyk, and they got rid of Sandro Kalashvili and Chris Paul. Oh, and Chris Paul rejoined the Clippers. That's another thing. I forgot to mention Chris Paul. But the Spurs, ladies and gentlemen, they are adding youthful players with capabilities out of here. Like Carter Bryant could defend his ass off. Harper is going to be crazy good. And then you got Mr. Avatar himself in Wembanyama. And the young core that they got over there. They got De'Aaron Fox over there. Like, what's that guy's name? Castle. Like, they are just building an impressive roster in San Antonio. And I wouldn't be surprised if they even get as high as 5th seed, 4th seed, depending on Victor. If Victor Wembanyama can stay healthy and they could just stay consistent and, Victor plays enough games and the rookies can develop and just contribute, the Spurs, bro. Watch out for the Spurs. They're definitely the second best team in Texas without a shadow of a doubt. That's just how I look at it, right? My number 8 team. This was kind of tough. Because I didn't want to take them out of the top 8. And And so what else? Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this is my eighth team. This is a tough one, but I'm gonna go with it. My eighth team in the Western Conference, the vaulted Western Conference, NBA Western Conference. I'm going with the Dallas Mavericks at the eighth spot. Obviously, they lucked up and got Cooper Flag, and then they added D'Angelo Russell, which was a pretty good pickup. They lost Spencer Dinwiddie. Now, when it comes to the Mavericks and just anybody else in general, obviously all these teams' success depends on their health. And specifically with the Mavericks, Anthony Davis' ability or availability is going to be the biggest thing for them. D'Angelo Russell is not your number one guy, but he could be a guy that could help facilitate, right? And he's going to be good in being able to do that. Is he going to be good enough to overcome a AD-less Mavericks? No. And then obviously the Mavericks are without Kyrie for a large chunk of the season. And I just feel like at their best, at their peak, they could be at 8th seed. I can see them fall a little bit more. And depending how soon Kyrie gets back and if AD is healthy for a lot of the games, I can see them even moving up. So it just really depends. This year should really be a Cooper Flag kind of developmental season. But there's going to be so much pressure just because of everything that the Mavericks done that they want the Mavericks to win now. And I just do not think that the Mavericks are positioned to win now, even with the great supporting cast that they have. They have Gafford, Lively, PJ Washington, Najee Marshall, Klay Thompson, Brandon Williams, Cooper Flag. They have a whole slew of supportive role players to the superstar in Anthony Davis and eventually Kyrie when he returns. I just think right now, because of Kyrie being out, AD's potential of missing games, Cooper Flag going to deal with his rookie season woes because he's going to hit his highs, he's going to hit his lows, and people need to keep that in the perspective. I'm going to go with the Mavericks being a top 8 seed so far. I'm only going to give you 9 seeds. My final seed for the Western Conference Finals was a tough one. It was between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Golden State Warriors. And the only reason I'm going to put the Warriors ahead of the Grizzlies is only because they should. They got veterans, some old-ass veterans over there. They got Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, so on and so forth. Who to get rid of? The Warriors got rid of Kevon Looney. That's not good. They picked up Alex Tuhey and Will Richard. I don't know, dog. They got an old squad. I think they could be a 9 seed. I think they could be a 10 seed. It just really depends. I think the Grizzlies, even with losing Desmond Bane, they still have a good enough roster to get up there. Actually, part of me feels like Grizzlies are better than the Warriors because they're younger. They have Ja Morant, the shooter. That's a tough one. It really is. Like, I'm kind of regretting my Warriors at 9. Now I'm going to change it. I'm going to go with the Grizzlies at 9. Nah, for real, man. Like, let me look at this. So, the Grizzlies, they added Ty Jerome, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cedric Coward, and Jake Landale. They lost Desmond Bane, Luke Kennard, Jay Huff, and Marvin Bagley. The Grizzlies lost quite a bit, but they do have Ja Morant. They do have JJJ. That's a tough one. That is a tough one, bro. That's a tough one. I would say the Grizzlies have the more youthful talent, whereas the Warriors have the older talent. I don't know. I'm gonna let that be a coin flip at this point. I don't have a coin, so I am going to assume. Okay, so if this side is pointing at me, Warriors. If the soft side points at me, then Grizzlies. Hold on. All right, Warriors. I guess I got to go with Warriors. That's crazy. Yeah, man. That is TGK's power rankings for the Western Conference NBA teams. I got OKC at 1, Denver at 2, Houston at 3, Clippers at 4, Minnesota at 5, Lakers at 6, Spurs at 7, Mavericks at 8, and Warriors at 9, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Where am I at in the rankings? Should I went ahead and ranked everybody else? If I were to rank everybody else, Uh, it'll probably have been the Portland Trailblazers would have been next, the Kings, the Suns, the Pelicans, and the Jazz. That's probably how I would have gone. But y'all go ahead and let me know, man. It's been your boy TGK. I appreciate y'all watching, ladies and gentlemen. Other than that, man, I don't think I missed much, but
what did I miss?
Nah, man, it's been your boy TGK. Appreciate y'all watching. Leave a comment, drop a like, support the channel. Until next time, man. I gotta go hit the pool. Y'all see this watermelon shirt? I'm about to go hit the pool and anyway, we out.